10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
What is going on, guys? Is my mic working? I hope it is. Yes. No. Yes, it is. How are you, guys? Welcome into the HFD Footy podcast. I mean, nearly the last one for the year, but last one for the actual AFL round. But welcome in, guys. Star-studded lineup. We got Crom back. Crom.
Hey.
Welcome back, man. Welcome back. Welcome back. And King of the North. How are you, my friend?
G'day, guys. G'day.
Wait. I gotta do the King of the North thing. There we go, King of the North. And the Prince himself, Johnny Carlton, come from the ashes. Came from the ashes, he's back. He's back, ladies and gentlemen.
The power gave me lightning, and I'm back.
Welcome in everyone on YouTube. Welcome everyone on TikTok. We've got a big show tonight. We're gonna go through each game, and every game that we go through, after we finish going through them, we're going to give our ratings on the season for that team. Okay, so we're going to, so pretty much like a little bit of a mini season review for each team as well. So, and then we're not going to go into detail about the finals. We're going to talk about the finals, but we're going to do a show next week, and we're going to preview the finals next week. All right, guys? So, because then if we do everything tonight, then there's nothing for next week. So,
and we'll be here till midnight if we do all that.
Yeah, correct. But welcome in, guys. Welcome in. As I said, if you're brand new, make sure you like, share, subscribe. Check out our merch, hfdmerch.myspecshop.com.au. Team Cuddles is on there. Hello, Chris. Nathan Forrester is on there. Leonard Bottle. Oh, my God. Crows were robbed. Oh, no. Johnsie's already saying the Crows were robbed. And Carlton says, hello, Avery, how are you? King of the North is there. I love that new profile picture, King. I love it. It's wild.
You like it?
I do.
Very good.
I like it. All right, guys. Huge. It was a massive week. A massive weekend. I can't believe the way it ended. I'm a happy man. Very happy man. Johnny Carlton and King are happy men. Crom's a bit, he's a bit upset, but he's been upset for a while. He's numb. He's numb. He's numb. It's okay. It's okay to be numb. Hey, look, it's okay to be numb. At least you're numb. It's okay. Things will turn. Things have to turn. Anyway, guys, we're going to start off with Melbourne Collingwood. 8-9-57 to 15-13, 103. Collingwood get the chocolates. This was a game that was pretty much a dead rubber. The only way that Collingwood could have won and got through to the finals was if they beat them by 200 points, and then they had to make sure Carlton didn't win or something like that. So Yeah, it was interesting. Now, also we're going to talk about the Petrarca thing because he's part of Melbourne too. So I want to talk to you guys about that. But we'll go through the game. So yeah, Collingwood just did what they had to do. Melbourne looked slow. They looked done. Melbourne looked done. Collingwood, they were hitting form at the right time, and I thought they finished off really well. They could have a big season next year. With the right pre-season. Start off a bit earlier. Like last year, I reckon they celebrated too long, maybe, and they started opening round. I don't think they were ready for opening round, and I think next year they're going to be a lot better. So, I did do the watch along for this one. We were bombarded with like 10,000 chats that night, so it was even hard to watch it. But the game did get delayed, and it was. I thought it was not going to continue, but the lightning did come. And, it is what it is. Collingwood got the win. King of the North, I'll start with you. What do you think of this one, man?
Oh, I thought it was Collingwood just doing their best again. Melbourne have been pretty average for a few weeks now. So for them to get the score that they did and to play like they did, the two Dacos brothers, 40 disposals each, just outstanding. So... yeah, good on Collingwood the way you finished the year off, but bad luck, you didn't make it. So there we go.
And Jay Crom, we'll go with you next. Did you watch this one, and what's your thoughts on Collingwood for next year?
Yeah, I did watch this one, and like King of the North said, it was the Dacos boys running amok in this one. There was like no one near Nick throughout the game, just showed his class. Definitely nailed on free votes, so that will help him in the Brownlow. But disappointing from both of these teams. I think a lot of people would have had both of these teams playing finals this year, but they didn't make it at all. So, but look, Collingwood, obviously they'll be disappointed, reigning premiers. Not going to be playing finals this year, just not good enough. It was a tough year all around, but going on next year for Collingwood, I think they'll come back strong. They've got some good talent there, so I believe next year will be a better year for them.
Yeah, 100%. Johnny Carlton, I know you had the poem last week. I'm not sure if you got one this week. You haven't told us anything, but look, you got to be happy, man. I mean, you're in, they're out. You did say that was going to happen, and it did. What's your thoughts? And give us your thoughts on Melbourne as well.
Well, first of all, to the rest of Australia, you're welcome for keeping Collingwood out of the 8 because no one likes them in there. So you're welcome. Go the Baggers. And by the way, Cuddles, I'm going to Brisbane Vegas and we're coming back home with the finals win. So you can enjoy your one win. It's not going to happen. We're coming back home with a win and we're going to a freaking semi. Anyways, talk about the game. Yeah, look, watch the game. Obviously, Collingwood needed to win by 100 points and they needed Carlton to lose by 100 points to make finals. Some fans were believing that it could happen. But to be honest, it wasn't. As I said, I sent the poem last night and it happened. They're officially off to Bali, the Collingwood Army. And their players are joining them too. As I said, but before they did that, they played a masterclass on Friday night. It was just Collingwood from the start, to be honest. Melbourne just didn't have an answer for them. Tough year for the Demons. A lot of injuries. Obviously, the Petrarca injury, which was the big one. They'd gone out for a bit. They had Lever, May, Cozzy. They had a lot of players out, but they wanted their season to hurry up and finish. But lucky for Melbourne fans, they got delayed even more. And they're like, yeah, we're not ending your season just yet. But half the supporters already left, so they couldn't be bothered. So when the play came back, it was only the Melbourne cheer squad that was there, and then the rest were Collingwood supporters. It was just crazy. But look, Collingwood finished the season strong, and they're out, and they're not playing finals, which is happy. And Melbourne, as I said, tough year, and both teams are going to be looking forward to next year. And I personally think both teams are going to have a good off-season. I think both teams will bounce back next year as well. So,
I don't know about Melbourne, man. You said both teams. Melbourne, if they lose Petrarca, what it's looking like. I don't know. I think they're going to go maybe in a more of a slump than we think. I'm not sure. They just look like they're not. I don't know. There's a lot of controversy. I don't know. They got some good players, yes, Gorn and that, but there's a few players leaving. Petrarca, is he going to Carlton? Johnny.
I don't think it's going to get done. I think Melbourne are offering Carlton a lot, and I just don't think Carlton have the salary for it, and I just don't think Carlton want to give away what Melbourne are offering. And obviously Harry Mackay's manager came out today and said Harry's not going anywhere, and I know that was Melbourne's target if Petrarca was going to leave. I don't think Carlton's the one he's going to go to. He could go somewhere else if the deal's right, but I just don't. As much as I would love him in the navy blue, I just don't see Petrarca going to the Blues. So,
yeah, but what if Harry goes? Oh, I'm willing to go. Would you accept Petrarca for Harry? You have to.
If Harry wants out and it's his decision, then yes. I don't want the club forcing him to leave. If he's comes out and he wants his own decision and he wants to leave, then every right for him to leave. If he wants to leave and he's not happy at the Carlton Football Club, then that deal, you got to find somehow to make that deal happen.
Yeah.
Whether it's true or not. So, as I said, it's gonna happen only if Harry wants out. So, and a quick shout out to one of my good mates, JD. He's a Brisbane supporter, so I wish you the best of luck for next week. But I'll see him tomorrow, so I'll have a chat with him there. But special shout out. So,
now, J Crom, anything on Petrarca? Do you want to say anything about that, or?
Not too sure where he's going to end up. A lot of word coming out that the Blues are after him, but look, he's a top player, and Melbourne are going to want the world for him. And what is he, like 29, 30? So it's a tricky one, man. I mean, Melbourne would want heaps, but will they get heaps? So I'm not too sure. But as a Crows fan, I'd love to see Petrarca in our Guernsey, but I can't see it happening. But superstar of the comp, and if you get him, he'll improve anyone's team.
100%. King of the North, you want Petrarca at your club, or what?
Well, it was mentioned a couple of weeks ago, and Chris Coyne mentioned that the Pies were talking about offering him something as well to go there. So they could offer him to get over there. You never know, but no, he can stay. He can stay where he is with his cooking show.
I just love what they've said. They've said like it's because he wants to, grow his brand, and what else was it? He wants to play in front of bigger fans. Bloody Melbourne's,
The only thing is the way he said that. So the only teams that I could see him going is probably either Carlton, Essendon, Collingwood, or Richmond. Right? That's where you get the big crowds. Carlton, if they offer Harry, is more likely because Melbourne want a key forward for Petrarca. That's what they're dying for. Collingwood don't have a key forward. Essendon don't have a key forward unless you put Langford, but he's not a key forward. Richmond don't have a key forward as well. The only team out of those four teams is Carlton, which has a key forward in Harry. He's actually, I don't think Charlie Curnow is going to go to Melbourne, but if it was one of the two, it would be Harry. So out of those four teams, he wants to play in the bigger ground. I think Carlton could be the only one he gets it done because that's what Melbourne wants. Melbourne wants a tall key forward. But the other three teams that he wants, that what I just said, they don't have a tall key forward. So I don't know how that's going to get done.
Yeah.
And surely he doesn't want to go to Richmond to go to a rebuild team as well.
Exactly. So. He wants to play finals. He wants to be there. And he wants to stay in Victoria. Like, he could fit in so many non-Victorian teams. As I said, he could fit in so many non-Victorian teams. But as I said, the only team that I could see him going to is maybe the Bulldogs for a swap with Jamara.
No, they won't get rid of Jamara, man.
Jamara for him.
Well, they have Norton, they have Darcy.
Yeah,
They
but
have
I'll
forward.
get rid of Norton. But he just signed a massive deal, didn't he?
Yeah, he signed a 9-year deal. He's not going to leave now. And I think Darcy's going to become one. I think Darcy's better than Jamara at this point. Darcy's playing his second season. He's already better than Jamara, in my opinion.
Yeah,
He is good.
it's interesting. It's very interesting, and it's gonna be the biggest headline going into trade season. I reckon this trade season is gonna be massive. It's gonna be very interesting to see what happens with Petrarca. Very interesting, but it's is it concerning about the culture at Melbourne? Like, if a massive player like this wants to leave, like, if people want to go to Melbourne, is that stopping players think twice about going there? Do you think?
Well, Melbourne didn't do any favours. Well, their fans didn't do the club any favours with the last few games, not rocking up. So
Exactly.
not a good look.
No, it's not. I mean, I offered them some tarps. We got heaps of tarps to give them if they want. So, we got them in the sheds. We'll give them to you. But another thing from this game, Cozzy Pickett did bump what's his name, the captain of Collingwood,
Darcy Moore.
Darcy Moore. He copped him high. He's in the tribunal now, apparently. I'll just say this, I know I don't want to talk about the Houston thing, but if this guy collects, right, he actually hit him in the head, right? Where I've seen the footage, and I don't care what anyone says, he hit him underneath the thing. Now he got concussed. Understand he gets fined, but this guy's been a sniper for how long, right? Pickett, and he's only apparently I heard only 3 weeks, right? And
he's in tribunal right now.
Yeah, and Houston, all right, it was a hard hit, but he hit him underneath him, yes, concussed, and he's getting 5 weeks but he's never done anything wrong. He's you know what I mean? He's got a clean record. It's just, I don't know. Do you reckon if you're hitting the head, if it's 5 weeks for Houston, it should be 5 weeks for Cozzy Pickett? Do you think that?
We can talk about this for hours. I feel like it's two different occasions. I feel like it's, I don't know. We can talk about it for ages. We can agree and we can disagree. But I think it's two separate.
You reckon?
I think it was what are they calling it these days? Low grade.
But it was graded the same. Both of them are graded the same. That's what I don't get. If you're graded the same and you knock someone out,
he was just Moore just came out of nowhere, didn't he?
The thing that I see, and it could be the difference, is that Rankin was stretched out. Darcy Moore walked off the ground. He walked to the bench. That's the only difference I could see. He could actually, I know he didn't play the rest of the game, but Darcy Moore got up, he kicked the ball, and then he played, the last minutes of the first quarter or the second quarter, whatever it was, and then obviously got concussed. Rankin, he couldn't even get up on his feet.
Yeah. And he actually Darcy Moore fell into the tackle as well as another contributing factor.
Yeah, I know, but if you look at the actual, the hit on Rankin, he actually gets him underneath the head. So, it's a whiplash that actually knocks him out. Now, I get it. But actually, the other player actually hit his head. You know what I mean?
Houston lined Rankin up, Chris. That's the difference. He intentionally bumped him.
So you can say the same about
No, Pickett didn't really intentionally. He was running after the ball and Moore sort of dived towards the ball.
So
slid and fell into the tackle.
So why have they rated it the same? They've rated it the same.
Because it's contact with the head, I guess.
He actually hit the head. Anyway, we can talk about this all night. We'll move on. Anyway, before we go, guys, I'm going to go around, and you give me, I'll say Melbourne first, A, B, C, D, or F. I'll go first. Melbourne, for me, I'm going to say an E. I think they could have been a lot better. They started off well, and they just capitulated, and there was a lot of problems going on in Melbourne. So, E for the season. King of the North.
E as well for Melbourne. They should have done better. Yep.
Johnny, J. Crom?
I'm going to give him a D just because, the Petrarca thing happened middle of the year and Oliver was off his game.
True.
So I think they got a little bit of an excuse. So I'll give him a D.
And I agree as well. The D's the max. That one of their stars was out nearly the whole season, and they've had a lot of injuries this year as well. So I think D as well. E's way too far.
I'm giving them an E because of their fans as well not turning up.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. All right, 2 E's. 2 E's, 2 D's. All right. Let's go next game. Hawks versus North Melbourne. Is it Collingwood?
Collingwood.
Collingwood.
Oh, shit. Lost plot.
All
right.
I don't know what to rate.
Collingwood, far out. This is a hard one because there was some good patches, some bad patches. I've got to give him a C minus. C minus, I think, after winning the premiership. A C. All right, a C. I just think because they should have, they won the premiership. They got to back it up, and they didn't. They probably didn't manage their players as well as they have, and I'm going to give them a C. King of the North.
With the amount of injuries, I'm going to give them a B. So they had a lot of injuries during the season, which had them struggling. But yeah, they played quite well at the end of the season when they started to get people back.
Yeah, J. Crom.
Johnny Carlton's is looking at me like I'm a crazy guy, but there you go.
Yeah, look, I'm edging closer to a D for me just because of the reigning premiers, and they should have done better. They came out really slow. Yes, they had injuries, but so did most clubs. But yeah, I'm giving him a D, not for backing it up.
All right, and Johnny Carlton.
Well, the B is way too high for them. But to be honest, I think D's way too low for them. I'm going with Chris C. I think a C is perfect for them. I know they're the reigning premiers, but they, as I said, doesn't matter. As what J. Crom said, every team had injuries, but I personally give Collingwood a C. So.
I mean, I reckon if they had made the finals, they could have done some damage in there. That's what I think as well. So,
well, let's be real. They're only out of the 8 out of percentage.
Correct. No, they could have been there if they won that Sydney game. They might have been there. So,
even if they won that Freo game when they drew that.
Yeah, that's right. Correct. So. Anyway, it is what it is, guys. Everyone's going flag blues. Houston will be at Melbourne next year. I don't know about D's. I don't know if he'll be at the D's, but he might be in a Melbourne team. But what are you guys going to give us for Houston? Tell us in the chat. All right, next. Let's go. Hawthorn versus North Melbourne, guys. So this was a demolition. Far out. 26-14, 170. Hawthorn defeated North Melbourne 7-4-46. Jeez, that is... crazy margin, especially in the wet. I watched this game, did a watch along, and Hawthorn were absolutely so dominant. 124 points. I mean, crazy. They've won the last 5 or 6 games by over 10 goals. They just keep amazing everyone. I know they're just playing North Melbourne, but to kick a huge score like that in the wet, it has to be admired. They're looking good. I like their players. They run hard. They run back hard. Especially their half forwards. They just run up and back, up and back. Yeah, just a good side. Can't believe they started 0-5, and now they're in the finals. So unbelievable for the Hawkers. North Melbourne, can't say much about them. They're struggling. They're still struggling, and hopefully next year they'll be big better. But well done to the Hawks. King of the North. Any what you can say? You love the Hawks. I know you do have a bit of a soft spot. What do you think, man?
Not surprised. It was a good win, and they just came out and did the job like they usually do. And it's just what we've been watching for the last 10 weeks, pretty much. Yeah, good on them.
Yeah, 100%.
Be afraid if you're in the finals.
Take it easy. Take it easy. J. Crom.
Yeah, I mean, this team just surprised me all year, really. The way they play their footy, ever since I've seen them demolish the Crows in that second half, I'm just admiring how they've been playing footy. Very entertaining. They're really getting together, doing the celebrations. Yeah, really getting the crowd going. By the way, the trades that they bring in this year, just marvelous trades. I mean, Ginnivan and D'Ambrosio have just been masterstrokes for that club. Mitchell, yeah, got to give them a lot of credit this year. Unbelievable where they came from and where they finished. And yeah, like you mentioned, we know the struggles of North Melbourne, but to beat any AFL team by over 120 points is just ridiculous. So that's 20 goals. So yeah, look, I wouldn't want to play Hawthorn in the finals, and what a game Hawthorn and Bulldogs will be in that first elimination. So looking forward to that one.
Another player is Chol, man. Chol is great as well.
Yeah, I forgot to mention Chol.
That's who I was about to say.
Oh no. It's all right, Johnny Carlton. You can still say it.
That's all right.
Johnny Carlton, give us your.
Yeah, Hawk Ball is truly alive and well. Yeah, mate, the Hawks, they're a real deal, mate. To start the season 0-5, and now play finals is absolutely incredible. Yeah, to be honest, ever since that Port Adelaide game where they lost with like 10 seconds to go when Home Alone kicked that goal, ever since then it's just up. And yeah, mate, they're as I said, they're off-season picks with Chol and Ginnivan and D'Ambrosio. Mate, they've been phenomenal, and their pickups as well. Nick Watson's been a star. As I said, mate, Cashier Dia, he's growing into a real player as well. As I said, Sam Mitchell has absolutely coached this young team into a dangerous side, and as I said, you wouldn't want to verse him in the first week of the finals, and it's going to be a very good test for the doggies. But yeah, no, mate, Hawk Ball is truly alive and well, and yeah, they could go pretty far in September. And for North Melbourne, as I said, disappointing season. Again, bottom two. They showed a bit of form. I personally don't think Clarkson's the coach for them. I just feel like he just can't coach a rebuild team. I think he's a guy that has to coach a team that's ready for finals. So I don't know, maybe off season there's new players, new coaches, but yeah, as I said, disappointing way to end the season.
You want to hear something crazy? All right, so remember that game, Port versus Hawks, Home Alone. Do you remember that one? So if Port had lost to Hawthorn that day, Hawthorn right now, if everything went the same as it is now, right, they would have finished second, and they would be playing Port at the MCG. Can you believe that? They would have finished second, man. Unbelievable, wow. Man. It's by that small margins. The game is so small margins, and yeah, Home Alone, man. Unbelievable. And that was one of the best games. I reckon that was one, not the best. No, sorry, that wasn't the best game. It was one of the best finishes to a game this year. Same with the St Kilda game the other day. That was really good, but unbelievable, man. No, I know you don't like it, but it was a good finish, man. Anyway, what's happening with the King, man? He's left us. King, are you alive? Are you alive?
I'm alive. I'm just about to lose laptop power. I don't know why. I'm just trying to quickly figure out what's going on.
Do you have your power on?
I do. Yeah. Yep, I do. Just talk amongst yourselves. It's okay.
All right, we'll quickly rate the Hawks and North. So go Hawks first. I'm going to give it an A+ to do what they've done to come from 0-5 and to be 7th on the ladder is unbelievable, and to have a real shot at winning it. Yeah, A+ for me, man. I can't fault them at the moment. They've been fantastic. Time will tell where they go, how far they go in the finals, but yeah, they're definitely tracking in the right way, and the rebuild far out didn't take long. J. Crom.
Yeah, I mean, you can't give nothing less than an A for the Hawks, I believe. What a year. No one expected this, especially after, not even with when they lost their first 5 games. I think that was more expected than this. So, yeah, look, great job so far. And I'm really looking forward to seeing them in the finals.
Johnny Carlton.
Yeah, look, doesn't matter what happens in the finals. They've had an incredible season, and I'm giving them an A too.
Yeah, 100. And King of the North, are you back with us or what?
I am. Yep, I've saved the day, so I'm all good.
Okay, what are you giving the Hawks, man? What rating?
Hawks an A+.
An A+.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what I gave him. All right, North Melbourne. Look, I've got to give them. Was there improvement? I don't know if there was improvement. They looked good at some games. They pushed Collingwood. There were some few games they played okay in. So I'm going to give them a D. A D. I know they're down the bottom of the ladder, but I think they did improve in some areas. I agree with Johnny. I don't think Clarko is the right coach, but yeah, I think they did try they tried. There was effort. They tried. There was a few games that they really tried. So I'll give them a D for that. And they got, they didn't have Sheasel in the last few games as well. So, he's really important to them. So, J. Crom.
Yeah, I think I agree, man. D, I think you're spot on. They did have moments this year. But yeah, look, slight improvement. Not much, though, man, at all. I'll give them a D. It's most expected of them to be down there. So, yeah, D.
Johnny Carlton?
F.
Jeez. Okay. Let's talk about it.
Yeah, look, pre-season I had them. I said to everyone, North Melbourne needs at least 5 wins to show that there's been improvement this year. 3 wins is not going to cut it. Just a game clear of a wooden spoon is not an improvement in my eyes, to be honest. West Coast did worse. West Coast did worse than them last year, and look how West Coast done this year. So, yeah, F for me.
All right, King of the North.
E for me.
E. All right. Next game, guys. Next game, it was Geelong versus West Coast. Far out. I was pulling my hair, listening to this one. 26-12, 168 to 11-9, 75. It was an absolute belting by the Geelong Cats. They won by 93 points. And, let me just, before we go straight into it, let me just look at the free kick count. I just want to read it out. All right, free kick count: 27 to Geelong, 9 to the Eagles. And I was like, what?
Jeez.
Oh, what a discrepancy of free kicks. Now, I don't know if they were all there. I don't know. If someone watched it, tell me. But we needed West Coast, Port Adelaide, my team. We needed West Coast to at least kick a decent score, like something. They did kind of score something at the end, but it was looking bleak in that first few quarters, in that first half. It was looking very bleak, and I was like, "Fine, we're going to lose second spot here. West Coast is shit." But no, they came back, and it was all right. But still, like, we had to win. We had to beat Freo. We couldn't lose to Freo by 24 points. So because of how high Geelong's percentage went, so. Look, Geelong they're a good side, like when they're playing at their best, especially at their home. West Coast, they were in that first half, especially as I said, were shocking. There was a bit of promise for West Coast, I think, but they kind of dropped the ball in that last part. I know they had a few injuries. I know McGovern wasn't there. I mean, he's been really, really good the last few weeks, but the last against Carlton and then against West Coast, they've just capitulated West Coast, so they put the Q in the rack. So yeah, but Geelong, they're in the finals, they're in the top 4. Congratulations to them. They're playing us. It's going to be a hell of a game. I can't wait to watch it. King of the North, what do you think of this one, man?
Yeah, not surprising. Geelong surprising to be in where they finished, but not surprising they beat West Coast by so much. Discipline is an issue at West Coast that they have to sort out, and it wasn't too good a game. That Saturday was pretty, it was quite a blowout for all of it, but Geelong just did the job that they had to do, and West Coast with a lot of work to do, coaching and players and everything. So, yeah.
Jay Crom, what do you think, man?
Yeah, look, obviously convincing win to Geelong. Cameron just having a day out without Barras and McGovern back there. I don't think he got. I think he got 9, so I think he was a bit upset he didn't get his 10. But Jazz is up and about. Look, they did what they had to do to get the percentage boost. They were probably hoping that Freo would peg you back by 20 points, but that didn't happen. But look, Geelong, really impressed with them. It just seems that the coaching staff there just keep managing to get the best out of the players, even though I think they've got an average midfield. So I feel like Geelong just overachieve in my eyes, and they just keep being relevant and keep playing finals. So West Coast, they had a decent year. They've improved from last year, that's for sure. But they'll be glad that the season's over, and they'll be looking forward to 25.
Yeah, 100%, man. Can't disagree with anything you said there. Johnny Carlton, what do you think of this one?
Look, as I said, Geelong, they got the job done. They needed to. They wanted that top 4 spot. If they didn't, Brisbane were going to take it from them. But no, they locked in the top 4 spot. They did what they did. 100 points at halftime was it was crazy. They came out the first 2 quarters, and mate, if they play like that in the finals, watch out, mate. Like, it's seriously, as I said, Cameron kicking 9. Everything was just falling for Geelong. West Coast had no answers. It was just like a Geelong party. But as I said, with Geelong, they're a funny team. They started the season freaking 7-0, and then a couple of weeks later, they've lost a couple of games in a row. Then they're back there. Then they're gone back to shit again, and then they end the season well. They've been up and down this year, the Cats. But as I said, they finished off 4, and they're playing finals, and that's the most important thing. And I told you boys a couple of weeks ago, I think West Coast just needs new coach, new rebuild, start the new players in, as I said, Tom Barras is going to Hawthorn. That's pretty much done deal. So they need to fix up their back line if McGovern's not playing. So, if McGovern's out next year, then there's trouble for West Coast. But they got to find talent. They got to find something. So,
yeah, 100%. All right. Well, I'm going to go through the ratings. So for me, Geelong, I'm going to go. Yeah, they've been up and down, but they got there, didn't they? They got to the top 4. I'm going to go. I'm not going to give them an A because I don't think they're as good as everyone thinks they are. That's my opinion, but I think a B. I think it was a pretty good season for them, but and I think they did what they had to do. But the loss against the Saints, they were up by 5 goals, stuff like that. We beat them over there at Cardinia Park. I think there's a few other places that the Fortress wasn't, as it was other years. So I'm going to give them a B. But yeah, that's for me. Jake Rom?
Yeah, look, I'm more in the A camp for this, just because I didn't pick them to be in the top 8. I didn't think they were good enough. And their coaching staff, for me, really deserves that rating for sure. Just getting the best out of every player in that club. They did it with one of the poorest midfielders that I've seen in Geelong for a long time. And look, they've done top 4. I mean, if they just made the 8, I would have given them a B. But because of making top 4, I've given him the A.
Yeah. Okay, man. That's it. That's fair enough. Can I please have Johnny Carlton?
Yeah, I'm going to give Geelong an A as well.
Okay.
I just think, top 4, they did what they had to do. Started the season beautiful. But yeah.
Yep.
A plus.
King of the North.
And I'll go with a B as well. They were out pretty outstanding to get into the top 4. So yeah, B for me.
All right. West Coast Eagles. Look, I think they slightly improved. I think there were some good signs with Harley Reid in that, but I'm going to give them an E. They're still down at the bottom there. Yeah, not an F, but an E. E for me. So, J. Crom?
I think E is a bit rough.
Is it?
You look at their team. They didn't finish bottom wooden spooners. I think that's with it. Well, that's what it was their goal. I reckon, to not finish wooden spooner, to get a few wins on the board. I'm giving them a C.
A C. Okay.
C.
All
They
right.
did the best they could.
Johnny Carlton.
Don't read TikTok. TikTok is just blowing my mind.
I'm not reading. I can't see it. I can see it. But...
I'm giving West Coast an F.
An F. Okay. Yep. That's fair enough. I went down that road too. So I know Johnny. J. Crom didn't go there, but that's fair enough. Yep. I get it. King of the North.
E for me. Should have. I don't know whether they could have done better, but just the amount of wins they had. That's a E for me.
Chris, tell me why you had to win Sunday, get nothing other win, and you let these. Hey man, what could we do? We had to win, man. Geelong bloody kicked too many goals. That's the problem.
No, he's just bagging on Carlton because he's Essendon. They've got nothing else to do, mate. Don't worry. Let him speak his facts.
All right. Next game, guys. Richmond versus Gold Coast. Richmond. What can I say about Richmond? They are bottom team, won the Willem Spoon. Rebuilding. Injuries. They just they saw Dusty go off. But Gold Coast did what they had to do. Disappointing for Gold Coast as well. I thought this year they didn't make finals again. When is it going to be? When are you going to make finals? Gold Coast? When are you going to make finals? So but I didn't watch this game. And so I got no idea what happened in it. But congratulations to Dusty on a stellar career. King of the North, did you watch this one?
No, I didn't, but I did see bits of it. But I thought Richmond were going to do a bit better just to see him off, but they didn't. And the Gold Coast were okay, but not that impressive. So, they get another away win, but pretty average game.
Yeah. Jake Crom?
Yeah, look, I didn't watch this game. This was just a complete dead heat game. But obviously disappointing from Richmond. Poor year from them. And same from Gold Coast, really. A lot of hype around them this year. I don't think I had them in the 8 this year. But look, they got a future, Gold Coast. They got some good young talent, but not enough this year. But they got the W at the end. Hopefully, a bit of momentum into next season for them.
Yeah, no, fair enough. Johnny Carlton. What's the plot?
Look, as I said, this game was pretty good till halftime. Richmond were competitive until halftime, but then just unfortunately after halftime, just Gold Coast just ran away with it. As I said, interesting fact: this year was Gold Coast's most wins ever in a season. with 11 wins, and they still just couldn't make finals. They're just Gold Coast and finals just don't want to be together for some reason. So yeah, and look, Richmond they farewell a champion. As I said, a lot of players probably played in there in the last game for Richmond as well. A lot of off-season things are going to happen for Richmond, but yeah, as I said, Gold Coast second away win. Just unfortunately, they just needed couple games to go their way, which they were just disappointed in, and they could have made finals. But yeah, as I said, an all right season. As I said, most wins ever in the season, but just wasn't enough for finals. So,
King of the North.
King of the North?
Yeah, you're next.
Yeah.
Have you gone?
You already asked me.
Oh. See, I've lost the plot, man. Lost the plot. All right, we'll go through our
I can give you a rating. I can give you a rating if you like while you come to me.
Go for it.
All right. Richmond F and Gold Coast an E.
We'll do that from now on, guys. We'll just do both of them so we go quicker. All right, I'm going to go Richmond, F. Yeah, like a minus F. And then Gold Coast, I'll go... Oh, just because what Johnny said, they got those wins, the most ever wins. I'll give them a B. I'll give them a B just because they got those wins. But finals, they're going to make finals next year. I have to. J. Crom?
Yeah, F for Richmond and D for Gold Coast.
D. Jeez. Johnny Carlton?
Yeah, obviously F for Richmond. I wish I can give him more Fs, but F for Richmond and C for the Gold Coast.
Yeah, I should have gone C probably.
Yeah, just not B tier.
Yeah, all right. Next. Should have gone C. Should have gone C. All right, next game, guys. Brisbane versus the Bombers. 11, 21-87. Far out, 21 behind to 10-7, 67. A 20-point margin win to Brisbane. They were all over him in the beginning, and they could have put him away, but they just they're horrible in front of goals at the moment. I don't know what it is. It's been the last few weeks actually. So
hopefully that continues.
Yeah. Essendon gave him a bit of I wouldn't say a scare, but I was like, oh my god, they're coming back. Oh my god, they're coming back. But yeah, it wasn't enough. Brisbane did what they had to do. They finished 5th. They would be spewing that they didn't get a top 4 spot. A top 4 spot was there. They lost it. I think they still have one of the best lists in the league, and for them to capitulate that top 4 spot, oh man, how would you be? Like, especially that 1 point loss against Collingwood. It sucks, but, it is what it is. And Brisbane are 5th. They can still go all the way, but, they got a raging Carlton coming at them. So it's going to be interesting. Essendon, what can I say, man? You guys have one good player, that's Zach Merritt, and the rest, I don't know. I want you guys to do well. I want Essendon to do well. I don't mind Essendon, but they just keep failing. And if you're a supporter of Essendon, far out. I don't know how you do it. It'd be very hard to be an Essendon supporter right now. So I do feel for you guys, and commiserations on the season. But remember, you guys are top 2, man. You were top 2 for a while actually. I don't know how many rounds it was, but yeah, I don't know.
That's just that's disgusting out of you.
King of the North. Let's go King of the North. What do you reckon, man?
I got nothing for Essendon. They're just rubbish, and Brisbane could have been a massacre if they kicked straight, and 21 behinds. If they kicked half of those, geez, it could have been an absolute wipeout. So nothing for Essendon, just very average. But Brisbane did what they had to do, and good on them, and good luck in the finals.
100%.
No good luck.
After the first round.
They can't. They lose, they're out.
That's right. And I'll be going bad luck.
The Kings lost it. J. Crom, it must be living in Carlton that's doing to you, man. You must be
It is.
going
It
crazy
is.
there.
I'm in
J.
a new
Crom,
dimension. It's all good.
Yeah, look, the Bombers, man, just complete bottle drops of the year, these blokes. As you mentioned, they were top 2 for a little bit there. I actually thought they had a decent run home. They could have made finals, but they only got themselves to blame, this club. Yeah, look, Brisbane, they got the shit together in the end, didn't they? They made finals, probably could have made top 4 in the end, but didn't. But yeah, look, I didn't watch this game, obviously. I was watching the Crows. But looks like Brisbane sort of controlled this game. And shout out to Heppel. He's had a decent career, I guess. And he had a big last game for him. So I think he got 34 touches. So on your Heppel, have a good retirement. But yeah, the Bombers, geez, don't know where you go from here, man. You know, you can't even say that, you know, they should make finals next year, even, you know, that list. So yeah, we'll see how they go.
Johnny Carlton, don't tell me you got another poem.
No problem for the Bombers. They're on a holiday, mate. None of them will tune in for this poem today, mate. They're all on holidays. As I said, look, talking about the game, Brisbane kept Essendon in the game. To be honest, it was all Brisbane's fault. As I said, 21 behinds. As I said, if those were goals, some of them were goals, then it would have been over. But as I said, Brisbane kept Essendon in the game. And, they nearly had a panic attack with the last 10 minutes because the Bombers were coming. So, but yeah, as I said, Brisbane, I have spot soft for them. I was, when they were 0-4 at the start of season 2, I was a bit worried. I'm like, oh no, I might not see Brisbane in the finals this year. But after that bye, mate, they just turned their season around, 9 in a row. And yeah, they were like, nah, we're not going away. We're playing finals football, and they did that. And the Bombers, I'm not going to give them no faith. I'm not going to give them no luck, nothing. It's their fault. They were second on the ladder, and they went to 11th. So only their fault to blame. And yeah, as I said, to be honest, as what you said, Chris, Merritt was probably their only standout this year. I can't think of another standout. I thought Mackay was disappointing. I thought their forward line was disappointing. I think Merritt was the only highlight that I would give the Bombers this year, to be honest. So
I didn't mind Draper in the ruck. I think he was okay, but that was about it.
Langdon wasn't very good.
And that recruit up forward, what was his name from St Kilda? He was good.
Gresham.
I thought Gresham was all right.
He had a shit year, mate.
You reckon?
He was good at laying on the ground.
Yeah,
The ruckman was good at laying on the ground, but besides that,
I thought Gresham was good this year. I don't know.
He was terrible.
Don't mention the ruckman to J. Crom, whatever you do. Jeez.
Oh yeah, I know. He hates the
ruckman. I think Caldwell played all right for Essendon with Merritt.
Caldwell did all right, yes. You could say Durham did too, but not as Merritt standards.
All right, guys. Let's go through the ratings. So Brisbane, look, I'm going to still give them an A because I think, they were down and out in that first half of the season, and then to come back and make finals, is pretty good. Now I know they've had a bit of a rough patch lately, but I think they deserve an A. To get back up there, especially after the grand final loss. Like some teams don't come back for those losses, so an A for me. And Essendon. I'm going to give them an E. They were top 2, man, and you did that, so E for me, man. Essendon, King of the North.
Brisbane a B. They've done well to stay in the top 8 and play finals, so well done to them. And I'll give Essendon a F-.
Jeez, J. Crom.
Yeah, I think King's spot on with the B for me for Brisbane. I expected more for them. I expected them to be actually top 2 this year. They did make finals, so give them a solid B. But I agree with Chris with the E rating for Essendon. They just completely bottled it and capitulated.
Yep. 100%. Johnny Carlton.
I can't believe I hate this team the most, and I'm going to give him the highest rating out of all of you.
Wow, are you really?
What is going on here?
I thought you were gonna be an F with me, but you're not.
Brisbane. As much as I want to give Brisbane an A, I think B. They had every chance to make top 4. They should have bet Collingwood, but they didn't. They were up against Giants by 30 points, and they stuffed that too. They had every right to make top 4. So it's just I don't think they could have done a lot better. I think Brisbane respectively a B, and I'm gonna give the Bombers a D. A D probably. Yeah, so I can't believe I'm the one saying D's. You guys are cooked, man. You guys are cooked.
Oh, funny.
How can 11th on the ladder be an F and an E? I don't understand.
Mate, that was second. That was second on the ladder, man.
They should have been a finals team. That's why.
They should have been a finals team. There's no excuse. You said there's good player. One good player, Merritt, you said. How can they be a D?
So what, you're going to give Carlton a D because they were second as well?
Well, they made the finals, though.
No, we relied on other teams to make the finals.
Yeah, but, I mean, was Essendon injury ravished?
No, they weren't.
No.
They weren't. Was Carlton injury ravished?
Not until the last 3 weeks.
Yeah, I know, but pretty bad. It was mate. You've had how many players are out for Carlton, man? Like a lot. Like
ever since the Hawthorn game, that was it. 3 games we only had. But anyways, yeah, fair enough. I'm just going to give Essendon a D.
All right,
you're a nice guy.
You're a nice guy. Essendon support. I hope all the Essendon supporters are out there listening. Because
exactly. Be nice to Johnny Carlton, okay? Moving forward on TikTok because he's been nice to you.
Jeez, there's a few Carlton haters in the chat there, but
yeah, I'm trying to ignore them, but it's all right.
Oh no, there's a few blue people in there too. Don't worry, man. Don't worry. All right, so Sydney versus the Crows. This is the one I want to talk to J. Crom about. 18-13, 121 to 13-12, 90. Not a bad score from Crows. I mean, nearly got to the ton, but Sydney were just too good. What can I say? Sydney are back to their best playing. They look good at the SCG again, and they're going to really be hard to beat in the finals. The Crows, what can I say? Like, touted as one of those teams that were going to, go far in the start of the season. There was a lot of hype about them, and they just did not live up to it. They had their best players not play for a while. Rankin was injured, and also was the beast that Johnny Carlton loves. So they did have a few personnel out, but they capitulated in some of these games where but it is what it is. I'm not sure what's going to happen with them. Is what the problem is there, but it's definitely something wrong at Adelaide Crows. I heard Keane might want to leave. I don't know if that's a rumour or not. That'll be a big blow because I do like their back line. And, I'm not sure. I think their forward line is set. I reckon they still need another midfielder, maybe, like another bull in there. To help the likes of Rankin out and all that. So, tough time for the Crom. Sorry, J. Crom. I know it's been a hard year for you. But, tough time, and as I said, Sydney are flying. They're going to be a tough opponent come finals. King of the North, you were a Crow supporter a few weeks ago.
A couple of weeks ago.
You
jumped on board for a game. Yeah,
you jumped on board, and I was. It made me feel sick, but it's okay. I'm okay now.
And I got him. I got him home. I got him home as well. So it was it was a victory.
You did. What do you think of this one, man?
Well, very disappointing from the Crows. They're just up and down. So, like, it's not good that they lose Rankin. Like, Rankin goes out, so that's a big out for them. So, you just get Sydney comes back into a form again. So it wasn't going to finish well for them with their outs as well. So Good on Sydney for finishing the year very strongly, and time for the Crows to reset again like last year. So we'll just see what happens there.
J. Crom, tell us about your team,
look,
man. Tell us about your team.
Obviously, the pain, the suffering has been felt a long time ago. So it's just, for us, it was just a free hit at the minor premiers, go out the season with a bang. Look, we didn't play too bad. I think we did all right in this game. Sydney, obviously, were just a bit more classier than us. It was it was an entertaining game. It was pretty open. But look, the Crows just weren't good enough to beat Sydney in Sydney. But for the season, yeah, look, it's been a disappointing season for us. A lot of untimely injuries for certain times, but I don't want to say that as an excuse. Like, every team has injuries. We just didn't cope with it very well. And yeah, look, we just need to be better. We need to be clinical. We need to know how to win the close ones. But look, we're a young group. We've got to have to build on that. I do think there's problems in the background for Crows that they need to sort out, even above the team. So yeah, look, minor premiers for the Swans. They have been the best team this year so far. They deserve the spot. So look, Crows just need to focus on. Hopefully, we use that pick force draft pick now to good use. There's a lot of good talent, especially midfield talent, coming in this year for the draft pick. So I really hope we get one of those boys. And you never know if we'd be active in the trades. And yeah, come back. And yeah, look, finals or nothing for Knicks next year for sure.
Yeah, I agree, man. I agree. Johnny Carlton.
Wow. My bold call.
Didn't come too good. Wasn't too good, was it?
No, that it did not look good. Yeah, look, Adelaide, they're a funny team this year. The Crows. They started off the season pretty bad. Then they beat Carlton, of course, out of all teams, to get their first win. And then they were up, and then they were down, and then it was. I expected them to be in the top 8 this year, but yeah, they let me down. As I said, the Crows, as I said, they got some young players. I thought there is some positives from the Crows. You got to take out that. I thought it was like a special shout out. I thought Luke Nankervis, no one heard of that bloke this year, and I thought he was really good. Even Zach Taylor and Billy Dowling, young kids as well, who are making an impact as well. Jake Saligo went up another level as well this year, so another name that no one knew. But yeah, as I said, the story that I fell in love with Adelaide was the Big Bear. All of you know about the Big Bear. I loved him. He had grown his facial hair. I was excited for him to come back. He was killing it. And then he shaved it off, the goose. So, sad days. But yeah, look, Sydney, minor premiers. I told you boys a couple of weeks ago, after Port Adelaide, they were like, oh, Sydney's going to drop now. Sydney's going to drop. I said, nah, don't worry about it. I think Sydney will still finish top of the ladder, and they did. Minor premiers for a reason. They are the best team in the comp this year. And I think they're going to go very far in September. Will they make it to the final day in September? I don't know. They can't win it in Melbourne, so they got to prove me wrong. But yeah, look, minor premiers and their midfield, Heaney, Gould, and Warner, to kick 60 goals between 3 midfielders is absolute insane. Absolute insane. So, yeah, look, best team, and mate, I think Grundy was probably the best pickup this year, to be honest, in my opinion. I thought Grundy was huge for Sydney this year, so really added a genuine ruck to that team. So, yeah, unfortunately, the bowl call did not work out. So,
no, it didn't work out. But you've done some doozies this year, man. So I reckon you've won more than you've lost. So,
yeah,
well done, man.
hopefully.
Well done. All right, I'm going to go rate this now. So Sydney for me, guys, for the season, I'm going to give them an A+. I think they were best team, as Johnny Carlton said, best team all year. You can't go wrong with Sydney. I think, I know they had their their blip for every team did, but I think majority of the season they were just fantastic. So A plus. Crows, very disappointing season, but I still think they can be a good side when they want to be, and the showdown was brutal. That was a brutal showdown. So I think if you had Rankin and you had some of your better players, I reckon that you would have been a lot better for you guys. So in saying that, I'm going to go a bit softer on them, and I'm going to go a D. I'll give them a D. All right. He could have gone lower, but you got to take into consideration some of their players that were missing, and next year we'll see what happens. But I think that they're going to, as Jay Crom said, the draft is important for them, and who they pick up in the draft in the trade period is very important. I reckon this is the most important trade period for the Crows. That's what I think, to get it right. So, King of the North.
Well, just before I do give me rating, I've just got to say Boston's passed on a couple of messages and just said, Johnny Carlton, you're a good guy, first of all.
Thank you.
Also, all legendary commentary, legendary AFL reporting, tell the guys. So, well done. Thanks, Boston, for that. Jay Crom, Chris C, Johnny Carlton, they are the best commentators in AFL community. So, there we go. That's from Boston for everybody. So, thanks, mate. You're a loyal supporter, and thank you very much. Now, Sydney gets an A for me. Well done to them. They've been consistent all year. A couple of glitches, but they've ended up on top. And unfortunately, I'm going to have to give the Crows an E because there was a lot more expectation on the Crows this year after last year. And unfortunately, they sort of gave the same results to the Crows supporters again 2 years in a row. So once they get over that hump that they've got to get past, they would get a better score. But yeah, I'll give them an E for this year as well because they should have finished much better than 15th this year. Yep. So yeah, they should have been at least up near the top 8 somewhere.
Yeah, 100%. Jay Crom, what are you giving your team, man?
Yeah, I think the King nailed it on the head there, man. I'm giving an A to Sydney and an E for my boys. You can't finish in the bottom 4 like that with the promise we had got going for us. We just missed finals last year with technicality, and now we finished in the bottom 4. So I know how much we had some ill-time injuries, and we played some good teams at their best peak, but I don't like the excuses. And look, Nick's for me has got one more year, one more chance, and he got an E this year.
Here you go, Johnny Carlton. What do you reckon, man? What are you giving him?
I'm going to go same as you, man. I'm going to give Sydney an A. I'm going to give Adelaide a D. But before we move on, I've got a question for Jay Crom. I wanted to ask him before we came on the show as well. Jay Crom, would you rather picks or would you rather Lukosius?
Well, I want to use pick 4 for the midfielder Sid Draper, so I wouldn't want to give up pick 4. So if they want to give up Lukosius for a second rounder, I'll be more than happy to take that.
Okay.
But I don't think Lukosius or Neil Bullen is worth a first rounder. So
yeah,
no.
I think there's a GWS player that you guys are interested as well. Not Perryman, the other player.
Haynes?
Is it Haynes? I can't remember what player it was. But
I'll take John Noble, but I think he wants to go to Gold Coast.
Yeah, he wants to go to Gold Coast. Yeah.
Yeah.
How is Gold Coast going to take all these players, by the way?
Don't know. Apparently, Rioli's going there too. So
they're run by the AFL, so they do whatever they want.
That's right. That's right. All right. So, Johnny Carlton, give us your score, man.
Yeah, I did. The same as you.
Oh yeah. Sorry. All right. Next game. Next game, guys. We'll answer some questions at the end, guys. All right. So we talked about Collingwood before. So if you want to go back, have a look. We are live on YouTube, by the way, so you can go back into the live. All right, next game is 14-14-98. Bulldogs defeated the Giants 9-7-61. This was the first game of the Super Sunday. I did tip this one. I did say Bulldogs would win. They're just too good at Ballarat. The Giants did have Daniels out, Bedford out. They're two big outs for the Giants. So Bulldogs did what they had to do. I think it was a bit windy down there as well. So yeah, it was a cracker game up until the last quarter. But Doggies cement themselves in the top 8. They will play off in an elimination final against the Hawks, and GWS do drop down to 4th, so they will go over to play Sydney. King of the North, you did watch this game. What do you think, man? It looked like a good game.
It was. Yeah, no, this was a really good 1 of 3 that we did. Bulldogs, the good Bulldogs turned up, as Johnny Carlton says, there's the good and the bad. So the good ones turned up. And they really took it to GWS. And there was a 50-60 knot wind blowing. So goal accuracy for GWS was really poor. And the Bulldogs happened to be a lot more accurate. But they just managed to get into the 50 a lot better. They outplayed GWS quite well. So congratulations to them. They've had a good year to end up where they've finished in the top 8. Well done. And GWS really didn't have as much to play for, but I'm a bit concerned about how they played, even though they didn't really need to bother with the win. So, but Ballarat is a good hunting ground for the Bulldogs as well. So yeah, they did well there. But good entertaining game, that one.
No worries. Crom?
Yeah, look, there's, like you mentioned before, there was 3 big outs for GWS. Daniels has been in ripping form of late, and obviously Bedford probably would have shut down one of their midfielders. But yeah, I watched a bit of this game, and mate, Bulldogs were just pumped when they. What I'm going to say, they took advantage of the wind in that game. GWS didn't take the advantage as Bulldogs did. They were pumping goals from 60 metres out, the Doggies. So, yeah, hell of a win down there, Ballarat. I expected a bit more from GWS in this game. They had a lot to play for, but so did the Dogs, obviously. But yeah, look, it was a good game, and look, Western Bulldogs deserved the 3 points.
Yep, 100%. Have some faith, Eli. He goes, lifelong Bulldogs fan here. Thoughts on Doggies always losing to Hawks. We're out first round. Have some faith, man. Have some faith. All right, Johnny Carlton.
Yes. Wow.
What do you reckon?
Last week I said the Giants were due for a loss, and I think this is the perfect game for them to have a loss before going into the finals. And yeah, the good Doggies showed up, and they were playing for their season on the line as well. So. Look, they know Ballarat more than the Giants. They took that home advantage. Obviously, Bedford, they're a great tagger. Daniels has been phenomenal this year. Them two not being in the side it just made it easier for the Dogs. And as I said, Chaw's had an amazing season. Jamara just kept getting better and better. Bont is Bont. As I said, the Doggies they're going into September, and they've got Hawthorn up first round, as we all know. So that should be a good game. But yeah. A couple of months ago, everyone was writing the Doggies off, and now they're finishing 6th on the ladder. So, pretty good run home from the Doggies. So, the only game that I thought was an appointment was against the Adelaide. So,
is there a couple of scares for the Doggies? Is it Liam Jones? Is he gone to tribunal?
Yeah, he got a fine.
Yeah, he got a fine.
Yeah.
And I heard Trelaw's got a calf strain as well, so that could be...
but he should be all right. There's a week off this week, so he should be okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Team Hunter goes, GWS goal kicking was 56%. Dogs was 50%. Dogs just did the pressure better. That's what won it for him. Yeah, I agree, Team Hunter. I think that's probably what got him over the line. All right, rating time, guys. So for me, Bulldogs, I'm gonna go. Yeah, I'll give him an A. An A. They got to the finals. I think am I giving him an A? Actually, I'm going to give them a B because they lost to the Crows, man. You lost to the Crows. They B for you guys. And GWS, I'm going to give them an A, top 4. They've been good all year. Yes, they had some outs, but you got to give them an A. They've been good all year. So B and A. King of the North.
Yep, same for me. B for the Bulldogs and G for the GWS. No, I'm only joking. A for the GWS and yeah, they did well. The Bulldogs getting into the top 8 deserves good credit. They played well. They've been. You've got to say they've been when they played well. They played really well. So congratulations to them. And GWS have just been really good all year.
That's it. And J. Crom, what's your score, man?
Yeah, I think I'm in agreement with you boys, a B and an A. I've been harping on about the Bulldogs list for years now, how good of a list they've got. They would have got an A if they got in the top 4. They're starting to click for them now, the doggies. But I just think Bevo's holding him back sometimes for some reason. But look, they're there. They're in the finals. And GWS, look, they made the top 4, which deserves the A.
Johnny Carlton.
Yeah, we're all the same, boys. Same thing.
Yeah, DNA. All right. This is the game that had everyone sweating on the weekend, especially JC over here. 11 goals, 874, Carlton to 11-10, 76, St Kilda. A 2-point win to St Kilda. What a game. I reckon, I know Johnny Carlton might not agree, but this is one of the games of the year, I reckon. The way it was played, I mean, Carlton were down and out. They came back. They nearly pinched it. Kemp had the kick. He missed. And then he went to Higgins, and Higgins, just snapped it, and the ball just killed in. I thought it was touched at 1.2. I know that Johnny Carlton thought it was a touch as well, but Carlton seemed gone. Their fans were really upset. I could see, them. I don't know if people were crying, but they were really. It was devastation, right? At Marvel Stadium, they were devastated. St Kilda were up and about. I think they're gonna, if they continue this form, St Kilda, they could be a final contender next year. But we have to see it. Ross, show us more. Show us more of what that was in the last few weeks. So, Carlton lose. I did feel for Johnny. I was like, oh man, he's not going to be doing after the game tonight. Forget about it, right? And I'm like, because Port Adelaide, they needed Port to win, and I'm a Port supporter, and it's a 50-50 game over there at WA. So. But we will talk about that game later. But yeah, devastation for the Blues, and but we all know what happened next. King of the North, you're watching this. There's a TikTok of you, people complaining. Can you please address the complaint? Yeah, people still complaining, man. What's going on?
Oh, I thought I had heaps of emotion this time.
No, mate.
Obviously not.
You were calm as hell, man.
Yeah,
You were calm as hell. I couldn't believe it. I was like, what?
Oh my god.
He's the king, man. He's got calm. He was just shocked.
I gotta stay composed. I can't just lose my mind, So
like you're watching the Twin Towers just got blown up, just in shock.
You're like this.
Exactly.
King, tell us about it, man. Tell us about the whole game.
It was an awesome game. It was action packed from the kickoff, and just a great game. I can't believe that St Kilda actually played as well as they did. I thought Carlton was just going to give them. I tipped Carlton by 18 to win by 18, and the way that Saints played, I don't know what's happened with them, but if they get that style of play going next season, they're going to go really well. But yeah, they took it up to Carlton and they didn't let up the whole game. So congratulations to them. Commiserations to Carlton. And but just luckily got away with it. But yeah, it was one of the best games of the year, and really, really top notch, high class footy from both sides, and yeah, just a really good game to watch. And Kemp just kicked the goal from in front, mate. That's all you needed to do.
That's all he needed to do, man. But high pressure, man. High stakes. Sometimes it's hard, man.
It is.
You know?
Yeah. Pressure's a big thing.
It is. Would have Kerno or Mackay had scored that goal? Probably. Anyway, J Crom.
You can only play with who you got. So
J Crom. Let us know your thoughts, man.
Oh, man, look, what a game, as you mentioned. I mean, I would love to know the heart rates of those Carlton fans in that stadium going on, man. Those hearts would have been pumping. But, dude, what a game to watch. As a neutral, man, I was just like, this is a ripping game. I mean, Cripper in that third quarter, I mean, what a player. I mean, if you didn't want to win it for him as a Carlton boy out there to get around that captain, he was just dragging his team through that third quarter to get him. So, what a player. I mean, yeah, as you mentioned, Kemp, what a miss. And then I think they even had a chance before that with the old Aussie, South Aussie kid. He missed a set shot before.
Philippou.
Yeah, Philippou missed that set shot. I'm like, oh, it's done. And he misses. Then it comes back, and obviously Higgins with that snap around the body. Meanwhile, what a game. Yeah, look, Saints. They're out to upset Carlton. They did what they had to do. They wanted to upset the party. Ripping game. Where's it's been from St Kilda all year. Really good footy. But look, Carlton were disadvantaged. They had a lot of their stars out, but they still, could have won that game. So positives for Carlton there as well. But yeah, look, Carlton are in the finals. Doesn't matter. And Saints, they've got a lot to build on now for next season.
100%. Johnny Carlton, you don't have to really go into it. I know it's old news now, but give us a little rundown. Just tell us how you were feeling at the end of the game, and what.
Yeah, I won't give you a long. I won't give you a long rundown. I'll give you a little rundown. It's just, first of all, I'm glad the home and away season is over. Because a quick rundown. Adelaide round 5, less than 30 seconds to go. Sam Berry kicks the goal, right? Round 7 against Collingwood, a minute to go. Dacos kicks the winning goal. Round 14 against Melbourne, we're up by 40 points and we only won with 10 seconds to go. Round 20 against Collingwood, McGovern kicked it on the final siren to win it. Missed it. 13 seconds left on the St Kilda game. Higgins scores the goal. This year has been crazy, man. My heart has been, in the last minute of every game of those 5 games, my heart was up. My heart has been broken so many times this year. It's not even funny. Let's talk about the game quickly. Look, obviously, tensions were high in the first round. Obviously, I don't know if you boys watched it, but it was 9 free kicks to 1 in the first quarter.
It was.
Oh,
I got chucked a bottle in his head. Carlton fans were just furious. They were like, nah, stop this. 18 free kicks to 2 at halftime. The Carlton fans to that 32 umpire were going nuts. Pitternet got the free kick in the third quarter. Mate, the crowd erupted for a free kick. The crowd just erupted. It was crazy scenes. And then, I'll just quickly tell you the last 2 minutes. Milo kicks a goal. My heart up. My face is up. Excited. Brody Kemp gets a free kick. I'm excited. He missed. My heart went like this. Then they moved the ball. Felipe marked it. I was like this. I couldn't watch. And then my mate goes, he missed it. He missed. I went up and about again. And I'm like, fucking hold on, boys, hold on. And then 13 seconds, I'm watching him. And Higgins kicks the goal. And then I jumped. I'm like, oh my God, he touched it. He touched it. It's a touch. And then the umpire just went like that. And I'm like,
Oh no.
and
I think Johnny Carlton's aged a few years this year.
I did, and after that, I did not say a word. On the train ride home, my mum and my best mate were looking at me,
Yes.
not happy. And then obviously, you know the rest. Third quarter, I called Chris C, and I told him how I felt. And Sunday night is you exactly know what happens, and I can't believe it. It's a weird day to finish. Being upset to being the happiest boy in 2 hours. These Carlton boys, they do it to me every bloody year, mate. Mate, people tell me, oh, you look 35, mate. Yeah, that's what I get, mate. Carlton will make me look 35. I'm only 26, mate. Like,
You know, the other night I was doing the watch along for the Port game, and I said, "Oh, does Carlton deserve it?" And I said at that time, I said no because of how they've played the last few weeks. But then I've thought about it, like afterwards. I'm like, yeah, but hold on a sec. They've gone through a lot of injuries, and they had to change their whole bloody play, the way they played as well. They had to bring all these new players in. So, and they did have a good season, and to make it, I think they deserve it. I think they do, and to get some players back as well, I think they can do it. But yeah, I thought to myself maybe they didn't, but then I had to really think about it. But I think you guys deserve it, and I think you can make a dent in finals. You can with all these ins coming in. If you get DeConing back, you get your two tours in the forward line, a few other players. Doherty, imagine him coming back at the Gabba, like.
Where it all started, mate. Where it all started.
Exactly.
He did his ACL there, and he could return there. It's crazy.
Yeah. Yes, LZRS. This is live. All right. Well, no, that was a good explanation. I liked it. It was funny, and thank you for the call, man. I was laughing my head off. When you called me. All right. And you gave me a lot of pressure too, man. I was like, far out. All this Port Adelaide, I had the whole of Carlton's. I was carrying Carlton. The whole club was on my shoulders. All right. Carlton, St Kilda. So Carlton, I'm going to give them. They made the finals. I'm going to give them. I'm going to give them a C. Just because they did capitulate at the end, but they did do well in a lot of those games. I saw them, what they did to Port Adelaide in that last quarter. I know what they can do when they're at their best, and they're really good. But every team's been up and down this year. But I think C fits them well. I think a C. They still made the finals. Just if they were more entrenched in the finals, like more higher, I would probably give them a B. But yeah, C for me. And St Kilda, St Kilda, they're a hard one because I'm so shit. I'll go with D because it's in the middle. I think they deserve a D, but I think it could go C. If they had won a few more games, it could have definitely been a C. So C and D for me. King of the North.
I'm going to go a B for Carlton for making it, and I'm going to go a D for St Kilda because I was so shit at the beginning of the year. And then they played. I seen them play probably the best game of football in the whole season a couple of weeks ago, and couldn't believe it. So from where they were at the beginning to now, it's a different team. So let's see what happens. But yeah, D for them.
J. Crom.
Yeah, these two teams are weird with the ratings because Carlton were heading towards an A when hitting in the top two, and then it dropped down to a solid C. Then they got back to a B. But look, I think a C plus is around fair for Carlton. They made the finals. They were expected to be in the top four this year. I'll give them a C. And look, St Kilda were E, F most of the year, and they called themselves back to a D. So I agree with the boys, C and a D.
Yeah, no worries. Johnny Carlton, what are you rating your team, man?
Yeah, I'm going the same as the King. I'm giving Carlton a B, and I'm giving St Kilda a D. So
Okay. Yeah, pretty close to. Oh, yeah, C plus for me. C plus, especially like they came from a prelim last year. You thought they were gonna be up there in the top four, and yeah, they were up there. They were up there, and then yeah, there's just that capitulation at the end got done the C for me. But anyway,
And I got to give a shout out. I got to give a shout out the last 2 weeks to the young players that came in for Carlton and the small forwards really stood up. They changed their game. They played really well. They're really impressive with the amount of injuries that they've had. They did well the last 2 weeks.
yeah, 100%. All right, guys, last game of the round. This is the game that Johnny Carlton actually became a Port supporter for the first time in his life, which was
did.
great.
Yeah,
It was great.
go the pair.
Go the pair. He actually sang the song and everything, but. Fremantle 9-13-67 were defeated by Port Adelaide 13-9-87. What can I say, guys? I don't want to keep it too long, but yeah, I am a very happy supporter. Yes, there's a few injuries, I know that, but other than that, very happy. The game was, it was never. I never thought that we were going to beat. I did give us a chance, but as I said, I've lived in Perth for many years, and I didn't see many wins. So, it was always that in the back of your mind. And no Houston there, so it was going to be a different look in the back line. We lost Dixon, and Dante came in. So you're a bit worried there. You don't know how the youngster's going to go, but mate, they played a tough brand of football. They Fremantle came at them. They took it, and I don't know. I just think there's some sort of, I don't know about you guys, but the way I see it, maybe I'm a bit biased. I don't know, but there's a hard edge about Port Adelaide. They're a hard team. Like they're just tackling ferocious. They just feel like a hardened team going into finals. And look, I was so happy seeing Horn Francis. He was great. Butters was good again. I thought Drew was great. He played on Young a bit. I thought Young for Freo was really good too. But yeah, we just took our opportunities as well in front of goal. Fremantle, they didn't as well, so that helped. And we come away with the win. Who would have thought that Port Adelaide finished second on the ladder? Like, can't believe it. We're there. So we had every chance to go all the way. Low light of the game was Farrell did a hammy, season-ending hammy, which is very sad for him. So I feel for you, man. If you're listening, I feel for you, and we're gonna try to do it for you. But he's a very important player. We lose now our back flanks, our two half-back flankers. We've lost. So the boys are gonna have to step up. I thought Burton, who stepped up for Houston, was really good. I thought he did really well in that back line. He stood his ground. He made the right decisions, and he was great. So that was really good.
I thought Bergman was your best defender.
Oh, he was. Bergman was great.
He was unreal.
Bergman was great. I just thought I'd mention Burton because he had just came in and he was playing that Houston role. But yeah, Bergman, 100% Johnny. And it was good to see Yodyadi, Georgiadis out there, kicked a couple of goals. He's always a live wire in that forward line. Also, Rioli. How good was Rioli, Johnny Carlton?
Oh, hail Willie! Oh, hail the Willie!
Anyway, look, man, we're a tough team to play against, and I can't wait for the finals. I cannot wait. King of the North, how'd you see this one, man?
Go the pair. And they were good. After the showdown, when they beat the crap out of each other, and then to go over to Perth and play like they did, just outstanding from Port. And Fremantle just capitulated. They had the crowd behind them. The crowd were loud as well, and trying to get their team home, and they couldn't do it. So poor from Fremantle. But good on the power.
Yeah, and you know what was funny? Freo was celebrating when St Kilda won. I saw it on TV. They were all cheering. The whole stadium was cheering when St Kilda won. And then you all went downhill from there. J. Crom, what do you think of this one, man? I know you don't like us, but you got to give us credit.
Obviously,
You don't have to.
You got to give credit where credit's due. You know, Port finishing second. They've definitely finished this year very strongly. Completely different from last year from Port's perspective. They were going into last year's finals in a bit of out of form. This year it's completely different, going into the finals with the form. But look, I want to talk about Freo. I think it was in their hands. They were very poor. I don't think Port were great on the night, but I just think Freo were really poor. Didn't take their chances. I mean, they weren't hungry enough. Sarong was just invisible. Drew just completely shut him out. For me, Jackson didn't do it enough. Looked like the only two that were trying for Freo was Brayshaw and Young. So, yeah, it's very disappointing if you're a Freo supporter out there. You know, Geelong was obviously going for Freo here and Carlton was going for Port. So, yeah, funny old game. And, yeah, look, the result business. And, yeah, Freo would be kicking themselves. They could have been playing finals.
100%, man. I think, Freo, I mean, they missed a lot of chances, but, yeah, we stopped their run. Sarong, we stopped, what's his name?
Drew, I think was on.
Drew was great. Johnny Carlton, what was it like being a Port supporter for one? And you owe us, man. You owe us, bro. All right? I expect you guys to lay down. If you're in the grand final with us, you got to lay down and just let us have it. Do you know what I mean? That's how it happens, man. You gotta help us out, man. We helped you out.
I love you and everything, but that's never going to happen. Look, I've never been so invested in a game that's not Carlton related. Like, I did not miss 1 second of this game. I was watching every second of this game. I was so invested. I was telling the Port Adelaide boys to tackle. I was telling them to freaking kick it down the line. I was telling them to spoil, telling them to tackle. I was telling them ball. I've never been so invested in this game. But, you know, the secret is you can never tear them apart. So, of how they did the job for the Blue Baggers, we played finals. My banana of the week is something to do about this game as well. Frustrated, but they're getting my banana. But as I said, Aaliyah went down. I'm like, oh, no. Farrell went down. I'm like, oh, no. They started coming back. They were down to 3 points. The crowd was getting up, and I'm like, oh, no, my season's done. But then Willie Rioli, he shushed the crowd, and I shushed with him, mate. Oh, don't worry, I shushed the crowd too. So, anyways, thank you, Willie. We appreciate it. Thank you, Port Adelaide. As I said, I haven't been stopped listening to Never Tear Us Apart this week. I've been listening to it all the way on the road, way to work, on the way back to work. It's my most played song this week, so I don't think it's going to stop. But yeah, no, as I said, very happy one-day Port supporter. Very happy, so I'll take it.
Far out. And look, as I said, I'm a happy Port supporter. Look, I'm gonna grade this. Freo. Oh, you got to give them a D, don't you? I mean, they were in it.
D.
Well, they were in it like 4 weeks ago. They were in the 8. They looked like they were gonna go, top 4, but they didn't. But I still think they've improved. I still think they've improved since last year. Yeah, go.
I'm giving. So you think D, but did you expect them to make finals this year?
No, I didn't. But that's the thing. Like, so last year they were woeful last year after a good 2022, and I thought, they're gonna be gone. No way they're making finals. And then they surprised me, like they nearly got there. So I'll give them a D for nearly getting there. But I'll give Port Adelaide. Look, I'm gonna give to get second. I'm gonna give them A. I mean, the last 6 weeks have been phenomenal. yeah, what can I say? Six wins in a row. They got us there. Kenny got us there. We don't get enough credit. No one's talking about Port. You know what? Fine, don't talk to us. That's fine. We'll just go under the radar like we're doing now, and that's it. Because everyone's not talking about how Port won it. Everyone's talking how Freo lost it. And the thing is, Port bloody played a good game against Freo as well. So, and people are not saying nothing like that. So, yeah, keep doubting us. A+, my friends. King of the North.
The Power get an A+ from me for making second, and Freo gets an F for falling out of the 8.
An F. Jeez. Okay.
They had the top 8 spot locked away, and they blew it. So
I'm worried about these ratings, mate. I'm seriously, I'm worried.
J. Crom,
There we go.
I know J. Crom won't give us an A, but let's have a look.
Nah, look, I'm a realist. Port, they deserve the A. They did better than I expected this year. You got to give them an A for finishing second. And Freo, I didn't expect them to make the 8, but I think they improved, and I'm going to give them a C.
At least that's a bit better.
Johnny Carlton.
I'm giving Port an A, and I'm giving Freo a B.
A B.
Yes.
I thought you meant that I was too low. Oh no, too high.
No, I thought you
Oh.
were way too low. No,
Ah.
I'm giving
Freo have been
Freo a
pretty
B.
good this year.
Okay.
As I said, no, I didn't think any of us four expected Freo in the finals this year, but they played an amazing season, and as I said, they only fell a game short of the 8, so they get a B for me, man. So
Okay.
there we go.
Thomas, welcome in, man. Do you still need to thank Port, or is it over? Yeah, they're going to be thanking us. If they go fine finals, they're going to remember Port Adelaide put them there. Do you understand? The reason, if Carlton win a flag, say they win one this year, it's because of Port Adelaide. Just remember that, Carlton fans. Just remember that.
Oh, jeez. I would hate to have that.
Imagine if you had to say that, J. Crom, that you had to say, "Oh, our team got in because
imagine
of Port."
if that was Crows,
You couldn't bring yourself to say it, could you?
I would want to kill him. I'd want to kill him.
Oh, man, that's funny. Chris, how dare you give us the D? Oh, sorry, Sad Sandwich. I just paid $2,100 for flights to Brisbane from Melbourne. There you go. Go with Johnny Carlton. He'll go with you.
Yeah.
I've already booked flights, mate. I've booked flights too, mate. I'm going.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, that is your round 24. Here is the ladder before we go to a banana. Sydney Swans, as we said, top spot. Port Adelaide finish second, outright second. Geelong, third. Fourth, GWS. Fifth, Brisbane. Western Bulldogs, sixth. Seventh, Hawthorn. And Carlton, eighth. Collingwood, ninth. Fremantle, 10th. Essendon, 11th. 12th is St Kilda. Gold Coast, 13th. Melbourne, 14th. Adelaide Crows, 15th. 16th is West Coast. North Melbourne, 17th. And Richmond win the wooden spoons. Any surprises there, lads, before we go?
I think before the banana, I think we should do our ladder prediction while we're talking about the ladder.
All right.
Pre-season ladder prediction.
All right, let's have a look at mine. Let's see who I had at the start of the season, guys. You're going to have to say yours, Johnny, because we didn't have you in the show back then.
Yeah,
All
no
right.
worries. I'll say mine. Yeah.
All right, mine is this one, guys. Have a look. My top 8 was the Lions to go first.
Same.
Brisbane, Port Adelaide second. I picked Port Adelaide second. There you go.
Yeah.
I got Carlton at third. I had Collingwood at fourth, and I had the Giants fifth. Crows I had sixth. I had Sydney seventh, and the Gold Coast Suns were going to sneak into 8. So that was my top 8, guys. I stuffed up a bit there with Collingwood and the Crows and the Suns, but what can I do? And I thought the Lions would have gone first, but they went to 5th. So a few right, but a few very wrong. Only the one I got right was Port Adelaide. That was it. So
Not bad effort.
not bad, but not great. My bottom 10 was Bulldogs. Have a look at that bottom 10, guys. Bulldogs, Melbourne, St Kilda. I had the Hawks at 12th.
I look where you had Geelong.
I had Geelong for 14th. I just thought they weren't going to be good this year. And then 15th was
Freo.
How
Dockers.
could you not giving them an A, bro, when you put them as 14th?
I know, man. I know, bro. Anyway, that was a big stuff up. But I got the bottom 3 sort of right, but yeah, not correct. Did I get Melbourne right? Was Melbourne right? 10th?
Nah,
No.
11th.
I don't think I got anything right here. I don't think I got anything right here, so. All right, J. Crom, let's have a look at yours. Yours is a lot funnier than mine.
Yeah, probably.
Johnny goes Lions first, Collingwood second, Giants third, and the Crows fourth.
I was close with the Giants.
You were close with the Giants. Sydney fifth, Port Adelaide still had us in the sixth, Carlton seventh. That was close. And you had the Saints making it at eighth. So, jeez. All right, guys. If you're on TikTok, you can come and see. You can see the graphics on YouTube. All right, we're live on YouTube. All right, now. Hold on. Sorry, guys. All right, so. All right. What am I doing? How did that get there? What the heck? Sorry,
Another
guys.
footy.
I don't know how that got there. What the heck? Hold on. All right. So Johnny's bottom 10 now. Melbourne. The Cats. He had the Cats at 10th.
I had the Eagles bottom. Shit.
You had the Eagles bottom. You had 12th Dockers. Bulldogs, Western Bulldogs were 13th. Look at the Hawks, man. The Hawks. Essendon. Why didn't you didn't love Essendon at all, man? Far out. Oh, that was bottom 10 for Johnny. All right, let's go to the King of the North. Let's have a look.
Jesus.
Carlton to win it. Well, Carlton not to win it, to finish first. Brisbane to finish second.
The Hawks, man. The Hawks, well.
I know. You got the Hawks, man. You got the Hawks.
I got the Hawks. I knew from the beginning. Don't you worry about that.
Gold Coast fourth.
Gold Coast.
I thought it was going to be a better year.
Gold Coast.
He loves Flanders. You had the Crows going.
I love
them.
I love Ned Flanders.
Yeah.
And the King, though. It makes up for that Hawks pick, really.
I know. All right, and then the bottom 10 for the King. All right, so you went 9th, Melbourne, 10th Cats, 11th St Kilda, Bulldogs 12th, Sydney 13th. Far out. That was a big blunder.
Far out. Yeah,
no love for the Dockers, man. Jesus.
No,
Dockers, far out. And the Bombers. Far
or
out.
Essendon. I didn't like Essendon either. So.
Jeez.
Oh, wow.
All right, that's it. Let's get to Johnny Carlton's predictions.
All right, I've got mine in front of me. All right, you ready?
Yeah.
18th, I had Richmond, which I got correct.
Oh, no.
17th, I had West Coast. 16th, I had North Melbourne. 15th, I had Essendon. 14th, I had St Kilda. 13th, I had Port Adelaide. 12th, I had Geelong.
Jeez.
11th, I had the Dogs. 10th, I had the Gold Coast. And 9th, I had Melbourne.
Wow.
Now, my top 8, I had Adelaide 8th. I had Hawthorn 7th as well.
Hawthorn 7th. Oh, okay.
I had the Doggies 6th, which I got correct as well.
Wow.
I had Port Adelaide 5th. I had Sydney 4th. I had the Giants 3rd. I had Carlton 2nd, and I had Lions top.
Yeah, I think everyone went Lions. I think, but all of us nearly went Lions top. Jeez. Wow. I've got everything here, guys. I've even got who we picked for premiers. So I'll show that later.
AFL just dropped a post on Instagram showing the hardest to easiest fixtures. My Crows bet at the hardest fixtures, bro.
A Port got the easiest one. That's the best.
Port got the easiest.
Yeah, but in the start,
Carlton?
yeah.
I think Carlton's in the middle there somewhere.
In the middle.
But that was before the season started. We had one of the hardest, but because of the way the season went, apparently it turned into the easiest. I don't know. Anyway,
All right. We can do banana now.
Yeah, let's do banana, man. Then we'll show what we did for our premiers and the Brownlow and all that as well.
All right. My last banana of the week. Johnny's round 24. Banana of the week goes to the Fremantle Football Club's fans. Now, Chris said about this earlier, all right? They were at the game watching the last 5 minutes. Pavlich saw it. Everyone saw it, mate. They felt like they won a grand final with St Kilda winning the game. They didn't realise they still had to play a game to make finals. They were like, yep, St Kilda won, we're playing finals. No, mate, you had to go through Port Adelaide. And the power came to play, and the Freo just didn't. And their season was gone. So 3 hours ago, they were booking finals tickets, and now they're on holidays, mate. So freaking bananas, all of them.
I was laughing at that. That was pretty funny. That was funny. I have a few Freo supporters over there that were spewing, man. But yeah, what can you do? All right, I'll quickly show you who we picked in our premiers as well. So
I'll just tell you who I picked. So
I picked. We'll come back to this at the end of the final series, but I picked Port Adelaide. Now we're in the chance. We're with a chance. So that's who I went for. Johnny G went for the Crows. That's definitely not happening. And the King went for the Blues. So that's still a possibility. So.
And my 2024 premiers was the Lions.
The Lions. Okay, cool. All right, and then this was my Brownlow favorite. Was the Dacos, Nick Dacos. That's who I went for. Johnny G was Errol Gooden. That's a good one. He could, he might poll a few votes.
I think he's not going to poll as good as Nick though.
Yeah, probably. And then the Bont for the King. Who'd you go for, man?
I had Errol Goulden as well.
Ah, did you?
Hey.
Now we know who won the Coleman. Was it Jesse Hogan won the Coleman?
Yeah. My Coleman was far gone.
All right. Well, my Coleman was Toby Green. So same team, but not the player that we wanted. But
Toby Green.
Yeah, he had a good season last year, man. He kicked heaps of goals last year. Johnny G went for Charlie Curnow. And then King of the North went for Charlie Curnow as well.
Down, Charlie.
Both Charlie Curnows. Who'd you
go
for?
My Coleman, I went for Nick Larkey.
Nick Larkey, oh yeah. I think I remember you telling me that.
I went for Nick Larkey.
All right, and Rising Star. The Rising Star hasn't come out yet, but we'll show who I went for. I went for Harley Reid. I mean, that's the obvious choice. J. Crom went with George Wardlaw. I mean, that's a different one. He was okay this year. Not sure he'll win the...
Yeah, he had a good year, but not a standout year. Not a standout year.
And the King of the North went with Daniel Curtin from Adelaide. So
played like 10 minutes.
We'll see who wins it.
And I went Harley Reid too.
Okay. Who wins it, by the way? Who do you reckon?
Dempsey.
Yeah, he's been good. Yeah. And who wins the Brownlow, guys? Quickly.
Cripper.
Oh, no.
I'm going Bont.
Cripper. Cripper.
Going Bont, but I like
I'm
Cripper.
I'm going for a double header with Nick and Cripper taking it, both of them.
I don't think Dacos will get it, man. I don't know. He'll get close, but I don't know
I
if
think
he'll
that's
get it.
fair.
All right, and quickly, before we do go, guys, the All-Australian squad, as you can see, no Crows players, which is a great thing. And
Hey.
nah, I'm just joking.
What?
I'm just...
My
Why do you have to
my
mention that?
picture's there.
What'd you say?
My picture's there.
Oh, yeah. Why not? I'm just joking, J. Crom. You'll get it next year. I reckon if you had Rankin playing, you would have got in. But do you guys see any?
Yeah, they reckon could be missed. Yeah.
Do you guys see any players here that missed out or should have got in?
While we're here, I'll just quickly go through my AA squad
Okay, go.
that I did for thing. So I had James Sicily, Jacob Wiedering, and Nick Blakey as my fullbacks. I had my other halfbacks. I had Harris Andrews. Oh, sorry, guys. Harris Andrews, Jordan Clark, and who's my other one? And Adam and Bailey Dale. My mid three is Dacos, Cripps, and Merritt. My forward line is Heaney, Hogan, and Moore. My other forward line is Charlie, Kerno, Brett Daniels, and I put Adam Trelaw in there. I know, weird. My three is Cherry, Bont, and Neil. And my four on the bench is Whitfield, Butters, Goulden, and Jeremy Cameron. That's my four on the bench.
It's not bad, man.
Could
It's
someone
not bad.
tell me how does Darcy Cameron get in instead of Ron Marshall?
Yeah, I don't know. That's crazy.
Sad Sandwich wants to know where's Marshall.
Darcy Cameron, how did he get All Australian?
I don't know.
At
Well, it's not.
five
I mean,
Fremantle players?
I mean, this is the squad, so it's not the team, but I don't
Unreal.
know. Flanders missed out on the All Australian squad.
He wasn't that good.
Well, the king loved him. Far out.
Jared McGovern played all right in West Coast, but jeepers, fuck, nearly
Are you happy with Carlton's picking there, like those four?
No, I don't think Harry Mackay deserves it, but all right.
No.
Yeah, that's Harry's there. Far out. And Cam Rainey, he didn't have that good of a year.
Yeah, he didn't have a good season, Rainer, either.
Did Max Gawn really have a great season? I don't know. Did he?
No, he had a shit year. I don't know how Gorn's there too. Oh, how's Grundy not there?
Yeah, Grundy was
Yeah,
good.
well,
Man. 100%. 100%.
Tyson
All right, guys.
Stengel, really?
Tyson Stengel, well, yeah, I don't know. Max
Yeah.
Holmes was good, and Jeremy Cameron obviously was good, but he had not the best year either, Cameron, did he? Not the best year.
No.
So, all right, guys. Well, that's your
No.
All-Australian squad. We'll see at the end of the year who becomes the All-Australian team. It'll be interesting to see. All right, we'll just quickly skim through the final games, but next week we're gonna review them properly. But these are your finals coming up. So, week 1 it is Port Adelaide, Geelong. Then you got the Dogs and the Hawks. Then you got the Swans and GWS, and then you got the last game is going to be the Blues, the Brisbane and Carlton. Far out. That's going to be interesting, guys.
And we have some quizzes next week as well for the show as well.
Yeah, so we'll do a quiz next week too. So after we review, preview the games, so make sure you guys come and join us. So, any thoughts on these games, guys? Before we go, any thoughts?
Come on, Cat!
What was that?
What was that?
What was that?
He said, "Come on, the Cats."
Come on, the Cats.
Oh my goodness!
Wow.
Well,
Jake,
my
Go.
my only thing is Brizzy Vegas. I'll see you in 2 weeks after freaking Vegas.
Jake Crom, are you worried that Port might do it this year?
Well, look, I'm free that night. I know you're working, so I'll help assist King as the Geelong fan for that night, and I'll be purring and purring like Dan is saying right now.
I got a question.
Yeah? What's your question?
If you really helped him, why don't you take his Thursday night shift?
Oh, if I'm to do it, I'll do it for him.
And let him go to the game.
Now you're
How
telling
about
me. We'll see.
Let him go to the game, man.
It's up to him. If you want to go, Chris, I can cover if you want.
All right,
help a brother out.
We'll talk about it. But, guys, anything else you want to say, King of the North, about those games, just quickly? Are you excited?
I'm very excited. Beware of the mighty Fighting Hawks.
Oh man, the dogs are coming too, my friend. Don't worry, it's going to be big fun.
Yeah.
So
It is.
I hope the Orange Tsunami wins the flag as my team's not in it. So
there's
the
a
Orange
genuine.
Tsunami's coming.
The Orange Tsunami is coming. There's a genuine question here for J. Crom. Would you trade Laird or let him disrupt the dressing room more? Does he disrupt the dressing room? Does he?
I would trade Laird actually. I think it's time for him to move on.
All right, guys. Well, all I can say is it was a good show. Thank you, everyone, for coming in. If you're brand new, make sure you like, share, subscribe. King of the North, thank you so much. Johnny Carlton, thank you. You don't think you owe us, but you owe us, man. You don't understand. You owe us big time. J. Crom, commiserations on the Crows, but don't worry, man. We'll win a flag for you this year. Don't worry. All right?
Oh, my God, please don't. Please don't.
Oh. All right, guys. We're gonna party now. Go to them. Come on. Take it easy, guys. Take care. Stay hunky.
Stay hunky.